Geeta, as we await the earnings call from Disney, what will you be looking to hear from CEO Bob Iger? What's top of mind for you?
I think so. Definitely, as we just discussed, what's happening with the cable networks? Is there a stabilization of that subscriber base? We've seen some fairly positive numbers come out from the pay TV side, so kind of want to see what Disney has to say there, and also then any early data points from their streaming service, which was ESPN Plus. That was their first direct-to-consumer foray. It happened in early April, so any early read there, and then finally for any commentary surrounding the Sky acquisition. So yes, just a few hours ago, Fox formalized their bid for Sky. They didn't revise it, so it's the same £14 per share bid, so it's still lower than Comcast $14.75, but just kind of looking for some guidance there, although I'm not sure Bob Iger will address that.
Geeta, can you just talk to us real quick about theme parks and how they're doing and whether or not they're going to be rushing into some of these issues with regards to some of the slowing economic issues worldwide?
I don't think so. I think quarter after quarter, at least over the past few years, we've seen good momentum in theme parks, and they've really been investing very, very heavily. So they've been adding all of these new attractions. They had an Avatar-based theme park attraction that they introduced last year, which actually did extremely well. They've added the Toy Story attraction just in June, and then some Pixar-based attractions in California. And overseas also, we've been seeing fairly good momentum. I mean, they've had some really good numbers come out of Shanghai. Last quarter, we saw some really healthy demand at the European park resorts. So I think they've been able to counter any economic recession pretty well.
Geeta, I remember a couple of years ago when the big question at every Disney earnings call was who was going to succeed Bob Iger? Who were they setting up in place to make sure that there was someone who was experienced enough to take over? Who could he hand the baton off to? That has kind of disappeared. I know his contract was renewed and he's staying put for another couple of years, but are we any closer to getting an answer on that? Is that still a potential drag here on the share price and on the company's prospects?
I definitely think so. I mean, Disney seemed to have the greatest succession plan in place till they didn't, and it's continued to be a pain point ever since. We've seen Mr. Iger's contract extended. I think it's up until 2019 at least. We're going to have to see how this whole Fox deal plays out, when they expect closing to happen, and then it's going to again resurface as a major issue, as a major concern for investors to see who kind of drives that combined entity forward.